Welcome my people. Today I'll be doing a market forecast on GBPUSD, and in beginning this market forecast, like each and every market forecast, I always do my analysis beginning from the monthly time frame. Today is the 4th of May 2025, and this is the beginning of the month of May. So basically, looking at the monthly time frame, we are able to clearly see where this candle closed and where this candle of the month of May started. So basically, looking at the chart, I always like to point my areas of demand and my areas of supply, and I always like to look at the market direction to be able to identify the direction of the market, be it on the monthly time frame or on the weekly time frame or on the daily time frame, and so on and so forth. So basically, guys, if you guys are able to stick to the chart and look at the chart, you guys are able to see that market left from this point, went down, created another high, broke this previous low here to form another low, went up to form another high. This high broke this previous low, which was here, to form another low. So basically, the price has been creating series of lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We're expecting price to create another lower low, or at least it should react within this zone. So that is our overview of price on the monthly time period. So basically, at the moment, price is within this area, and this is our area of focus. This is our area of focus here, guys. Price is within this area. So if I have to bring this 1 month supply zones here, you guys will see price is still trading within this area. And remember, guys, this is another 1 month. Let me tell you this. Remember, this is another 1 month supply zone. And remember, guys, if we look on previous price action, we will clearly see that price is always providing a reaction within these supply zones, which is creating. Here we saw a reaction, came down, gave us another reaction. We saw a reaction within this area, went down to sweep out all this liquidity which was sitting below here, and there was a lot of bullish momentum. That had to do with the American President Donald Trump, with the Chinese, and also that had to do with a lot of microeconomic news, so to say. So looking at the market at the moment, you can clearly see that price is trading within this 1 month supply zone. Based on that, we have to scale on the weekly time frame, but take into consideration, because price is at the moment within this 1 month supply zone, we're expecting price to provide a reaction to come right in this 1 month demand zone again. Or if this area does not hold, price will be able to come out to the 1 week supply zone with dumping. So based on what we have in mind, we go down to the weekly time frame and we see. Being on the weekly time frame, what are we able to see at the moment? We're able to clearly see that price formed one pinball and 2 pinball candle. And remember, guys, if you go back to the studies of candlesticks as candle patterns, such pinballs formed are telling us there's a possibility for price to sell. And basically, if we look at this pinball, it has been formed within this 1 week, supply zone, and this 1 week supply zone is sitting also within that 1 month supply zone, which I showed you earlier. So if I go back to the 1 month supply, you guys clearly see this is the bigger 1 month supply zone. While I scale down to the weekly time frame, you will be able to see now that this is a 1 week supply zone, and this pinball which is formed here is telling us price might start selling. And basically, another confirmation which is telling me there's a probability for price to sell, at least from this point or from this point, is due to the fact that within this area there's a lot of accumulated liquidity. So remember, guys, there's what we call accumulation and then distribution. So in my system, I expect the market to move, and while moving, the market should be leaving a lot of liquidity behind it. And once I'm able to identify a lot of liquidity like this, I know that market will do its best to come back in the future to super all this liquidity. And so basically, since now I've gone to on a daily time frame, so since within this level we're able to spot a lot of liquidities. And guys, I have a concept where I teach liquidity, the various types of liquidities. So here within this concept, the type of liquidity which has been accumulated here is Asian low liquidity. I'm expecting the Asian low liquidity to be taken out, and price should be able to come down into this 1 day demand zone, which is also a 1 week. Price should be able to come within this 1 day demand zone. So basically, I'm expecting price to be able to sell from here, come within here. But if this price doesn't play out here, price should at least play out here to come here. So if I'm scaling back into the weekly time for you guys, see what I'm talking about. So I'm expecting price to leave from here to here, or it should at least leave from here to here. Why? Because first of all, this is a supply zone, and this is a supply zone, and we know from my concept, price provides some reaction on supply zones or demand zones. Secondly, when there's an accumulation of liquidity, like in the case as I just told you guys earlier, there's a lot of liquidity being accumulated at this level. There's a lot of liquidity being accumulated below this level. So due to the fact that price is presently within a supply zone and there's a lot of liquidity, we're expecting price to sell to be able to tap into that liquidity. So that's all for this video. You should stick to my channel. I try to do my market forecast as simple as possible. So to do is a little summary of what I've been talking about. We're expecting to look for selling opportunities within the market. So like for example, based on my system, I might be targeting this zone to look for a sell. I might be targeting this zone to look for a sell because I've identified this area as my area of liquidity. So the dollar sign means liquidity. I've identified this area, my area of liquidity. I'm just expecting price to come within this zone, and let me be able to take trade within this zone. So basically, this is what I'm expecting from the market. And if I zoom, guys, this is what I'm really expecting for the market. I'm expecting for sales on this month. So guys, stay tuned to my channel, watch, subscribe, and share. Thanks, stay safe and stay blessed.